Welcome this month, RC Racing. We're here in Manching in Germany, that's near Munich, for the 112th European Championships. Not only do we have a final action from here, but we also have a look at some of the people you might not be expecting to represent Great Britain at a major sporting event. Well, like me, for example. But we also have action from the new Invitational and all the news, views, interviews that makes RC Racing the programme you love every month. If you watch RC Racing regularly, you may think that the only people who take part in our sport are boys or men between the ages of about 18 and 35. Well, within the British team here at the 112th European Championships, we have more than a couple of exceptions to the rules, but we've picked out the guys and the gals who are perhaps most outside that normal demographic. Now, first of all, someone who's very dear to my heart is my son, James. James, this is your first European Championships?
Yes, it is.
And how old are you?
I'm 10.
So what do you particularly like about radio control racing, Jim?
What I basically like is about going there, having fun, and just enjoying myself, basically. Really really enjoy sort of racing part.
And how do you see yourself improving? You've had a whole year now doing 12. Do you think you've improved a lot? And will we see you as European champion in a couple of years?
I think I am improving on 12, and I might be European champion. I don't know.
Well, of course, the good thing about being James and being 10 is there's every chance in 5 years' time he might be the European champion. But my other guest, God, it's like I do chat like Richard and Judy, is perhaps our team mother, perhaps. It's Trish Whiteley. Trish actually one of the stalwarts of the 12 season. Trish, how long have you been doing nationals for?
About 10 years. I thoroughly enjoy it. It gets the adrenaline going and your heart racing and what have you when you're having a good race.
I have to say, if I saw you walking around in Tesco's, I wouldn't see you as a racing car driver, which you are. So what got you into it?
I went along with my partner Andy Sawyer, and I got bored just watching, and it made the time go a lot quicker when I got into the racing.
Now, are you, just someone who Andy prepares a car, or do you actually do everything down to the electronics and that sort of stuff?
I would be lying if I said I did it all myself. I sort of let him solder things in, because then I can blame him if it comes undone.
That sounds very familiar. Now, obviously, James is hoping to be European champion in a few years' time. What are your hopes for this championship?
Just not to be in the bottom two finals.
They used to beat me, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, I'm very close.
Trish, thanks very much.
And now on RC Racing, it's time to return to the Neo 8, and with coverage of the second semi-final, it's your race commentator, John Hindhoff.
Have a look at the 14 qualifiers for the second semi-final of the buggies. There they are. 5 of them are American, 2 from France, Spain and the UK and Germany, and a single Portuguese entry. 9 different makes of buggy, proving that there's no one really dominating the dirt this year. Remember, it's the top 6 that go through as of right to join our 6 qualifiers from the first semi, plus the 2 fastest losers. They can come from either of these races. Watch the cross of St George. Everybody's on the dirt and we're off and running. And the 2 Americans at the head of the field are Taylor James and Mike True. And it's Mike True, I think, that's leading out at the moment from the pole. That's Taylor James in second. Oh, huge incident in the midfield. There's 3 or 4 buggies at least they're taking out. So it's True on the low-see from the Hong No of Taylor James in second place. Here they come back towards us. And a mistake by the leader. And it's held up the second place driver as well. The marshals rush to put Mike True's low-see back on its wheels, and that's left Taylor James now in the lead. Still America leading then. And in second place, I think that's Neil Cragg. Yes, it is. Neil on the Associated UK driver. And he's having a good run. Started in third, now up to second after the demise of Mike True, who's managing to hang on in third place there. Cragg goes high, wide and handsome, and over. And who's that gone through into second place? It's the 6 buggy of Ryan Mayfield, the American on the Associated, making up 2 positions there with a tremendously opportunist overtaking manoeuvre while the 2 buggies ahead were scrapping. So the order then, if we can take a bit of a breath, is Taylor James leading. Second place is Ryan Mayfield. Cragg is in third, and Mike True in fourth position. But don't put the house on that, because it's likely to change at any time soon. Here's that battle for second position. Mayfield and Cragg, very similar looking buggies. Down into the hairpin. Chance for an overtake here, is there? No. Mayfield on the Associated. Cragg in the same machine. Almost got the same paint scheme as well, and Mayfield just making a bit of a mistake there, and Neil Cragg has a little nibble. Smells a improvement. Remember, it's the top 6 we're looking for. So Mike True down there in fourth place. The third of these buggies is still going through at the final as it stands at the moment. But there's a certain amount of pride and, of course, grid position in where you finish in these semi-finals. Still something at stake. Oh, completely sideways there by Cragg over the middle whoops, and he's rolled it again. That's twice he's done that there. This time he gets away without losing a position, but he's dropped a bit of ground to second place man Ryan Mayfield. Leader ahead of this battle at the moment, not bothered and not under pressure at all. Mayfield clicks off another lap. Look at those motors screaming as they get wound up over the start-finish line. Incredibly, revving to 33,000 RPM. Now that black and white buggy just going around the hairpin, that's the leader, Taylor James, and I think he's been closed down, you know, by second place man Ryan Mayfield. So we perhaps do have a battle for first place. Leader just disappearing around the left-hander, and he's gone over! Oh, just misjudged that right-hand kink, as does the third place driver as well. That's Cragg who made the mistake. Just watch here as the right wheels catch the barrier. The leader goes over, but watch in the background, there is Mayfield going through into the lead. Neil Cragg does exactly the same, but rather gets away with it. Holds it on two wheels and recovers to stay in third position. New leader then, there he is. Ryan Mayfield on the Associated. We've still got Taylor James in second place on the similar machine. He'd be kicking himself. That is not one of the harder corners on the circuit. It is one of the quicker ones. And you can see this is absolutely a sport of millimetres, because he was probably only 5 or 10 mil too far to the right. Look how much room he gave that bumper there this time. He's closing down on the leader though, isn't he? He's certainly got the red mist here, and Mayfield's under pressure now from Taylor James, who goes through imperiously on the inside, lands the car early, gets the power on early, and retakes the lead. Great stuff. So Taylor James on the Hong No. I think I put him on. Oh, he's made another mistake. I think I put him on another machine there earlier. He's dropped back into second place, just turned in a tad early for the right-hander. And Ryan Mayfield must think that his Christmases and birthdays have all come together, because that's twice he's been handed the lead. Twice he's going to have to defend it now from Taylor James, who quite clearly is the faster driver. This is where the lead changed last time. But Ryan is a little bit more aware this time. Oh, got that buggy down superbly to turn it in. I think there was a slight mistake again there by the second place driver. He's dropped a little bit now. The battle for third and fourth, you might just see in the background, is being played out as well. That's still Cragg and True. Can't take our eyes off this battle for the lead though. Now this is the area where the black and white buggy in second place is so quick. Oh, having to avoid an errant back marker there. He's quick into this right-hander, and again he challenges, but again the leader, Ryan Mayfield, just holding him off. Mayfield's very... Oh, I was just about to say Mayfield's good round this point, but he's gone. Now what's happened there? That looks like a mechanical. Or is it fuel? Yes, fuel. What a tactical error by Mayfield, we're told, as the car comes back to the pits. They're going to work on it, and you see them putting the fuel in. One lap too many He's losing time. He's losing positions. This could put him out of the final. What a disaster. Well, that's not the way to leave the pits either, is it? Now, where is the new leader? There he is. Taylor James in for a more conventional pit stop and out again without too much drama. Well, he gave up the lead twice by making mistakes, but not as big as poor Ryan Mayfield, who ran out of go juice, and that could cost him a place in the final. Taylor James then coming towards the end of what's been an eventful race, certainly in the first half. Had to fight his way through. Twice he gave up the lead, twice he got it back, and he will take the victory. Remember, it's the top 6 to go through, so let's have a look at the qualifiers. James, Mike True, John Neumann, Miguel Mateus, Greg Degani coming through to 5th, and Chad Bradley in 6th. And that error from Ryan Mayfield on the fuel strategy has cost him a top 6 position. Will not see him in the final.
And now we return to Germany for the second A final of 12th World Championships, and with your race commentary, it's John Hindhoff.
Mark Reinhard won the first heat, so he stands on 1 point and he's on pole position. Advantage to him then. In second place, Ronald Volker. Third on the grid is Seymour Anonemi. For slightly less action, I would have thought, than the first race. The number 4 car, the only car that's using the R10 body, that's Hubert Hernigel. 5 is Andy Moore. 6th is Alexander Hagberg. Andy Griffiths is in 7th. There he is. Mark Fisher is next up in 8th position. And on row 5, it's Bernard Bopp, local man, and Sake Anonemi, looking to improve on his run from the first race as well. So Mark Reinhard, the pressure is on him. He's won the first race. He could take it here with another victory. He gets another cracking start. That's exactly what he did in the first race. Now, can he make it stick? Ronald Volker is trying to stay close to him, and he's much closer than he was last time around. There's been a bit of tinkering in the pits between these races. Andy Moore running well as well. The top 3, 4, 5 still in touch with the leader. You really don't want to give Mark Reinhard the chance to pull away, because we saw what he can do if he's given just a little bit of leeway. He really can just demolish a world-class field. Andy Moore's been working with him in the pits to set his Hot Bodies car up. And that clearly is paying dividends here, because again, just to the eye, and in fact now on the timing screen, he's just been able to edge away from Volker in second place. Well, the field cannot let him get away here. The Euro 12 Championships up for grabs, but Reinhardt is doing it again, isn't he? I know this is early days, but there's a certain inevitability about him pulling away. Now there's the battle for third place. Anonemi in the blue and white Corrali. He was rather hot and cold in the first race here. Behind him, Andy Moore goes airborne for a moment. He'll not hold on to fourth place like that. Mentioned this in commentary for the first race, but worth repeating that Andy's just a little bit off form this weekend, rather thrown by having to change tyres. And we've not seen him at his best. Missing apexes, just getting into corners a bit late. He's not able to get the car to handle exactly the way he wants to. Odd that he's done such good work for the leader, Mark Reinhardt, who won the first race in basically mechanicking that car back in the pits. At the moment, though, he now has got a bit of a rhythm and starts to close in on Ananemi for third position. And this was a good battle earlier on in the finals. And Andy knows that Seymour in that blue and white Corrali doesn't react well to pressure, and there's some more, and that's side-by-side action, and Andy will have another look again. Oh, has to get hard on the brakes there to avoid another incident. But once again, Seymour Ananemi has rather cracked under the pressure of Andy Moore, who's right there again and goes through. Oh, tremendous stuff from Andy. Up into third place now. Now here's where it all started. Side by side, and that's how it finished. And Ananemi over the bot dot and into the barriers. Andy Moore now in third place. Now looking behind, that looks like Honeygall. Yes, Hubert Honeygall in fourth in that Audi R10 bodied CRC, American chassis. There's the leader, Mark Reinhardt. It's looking all too easy for him, isn't it? No one really been able to pressure him at all. He's had the benefit, of course, of pole position. And the staggered start here is rather an advantage with that very sharp right-hander into the right-hand hairpin. But having said that, he's made very good use of every bit of advantage he has. Second place there is Ronald Volker, also on the hot body, the European Touring Car champion, proving he can adapt to 112. And, well, he's been very steady. We haven't seen what he's like in a real battle because he just hasn't been able to get close enough to Reinhardt to challenge him. And similarly, and unusually, in third place, Andy Moore just hasn't been able to get up to the back of Ronald Volker to be able to give him any pressure. So Volker now coming up to some lap traffic, and that looks like Bernard Bopp, who goes a lap back. It is indeed. A little bit of help from the back marker as Volker continues. Must be slightly demoralising for Ronald Volker in second place that he just can't seem to get near Reinhardt. He's actually driving quite well. You can see by the attitude of the car there, there's clearly nothing left in the fast draw. He's pulled it all out and banged it on the table. Smooth, very consistent, lap times look good, but just hasn't got anything for Reinhardt in the lead. There is Reinhardt, and this is exactly what happened in the first final. In the middle of the race, it just looked like Ronald Volker was able to close down the leader almost. Oh, that's a huge off, and Volker's been hit by someone coming the other way. I don't think I've ever seen that before. There's been an incident, and Andy Moore in third place has had an incident at the chicane and barrel rolled into the opposite track. Such bad luck for Volker, who was closing down the leader, but he's lost an inordinate amount of time there. And I'm being told from our spotters on the track that Andy Moore was launched about here by a stationary Andy Griffiths car who was facing the wrong direction and basically just acted like a ramp as Andy came out of the chicane. Andy Moore, that is. Nothing he could do. Pitched him airborne. Spoiled two races there. Andy Moore's in third, of course, but poor Ronald Volker was just making inroads to Reinhardt's lead in the middle section of this race and gets hit by someone almost dropping out of the sky. So Reinhardt then is left with a very comfortable lead, and we've just seen how confident and consistent Mark Reinhardt is with this hot bodies machine, and he must realise now that if he keeps it going, he's going to claim the 1/12th European Championship for the second time. There's no one near him. He comes around to start his final tour, and there it is. And there's hearty applause from a knowledgeable crowd here. And there is the new European Championship. Alexander Hagberg and Ronald Volker congratulating Mark Reinhardt, who takes the second race and of course the championship with the best possible total of just 2 points. Volker in second place, Honigel in third, Hagberg in fourth, Seymour Ananimi 1 place better than the first race in fifth, Bob Sake Ananimi in seventh, Andy Moore having to settle for only 8th position ahead of Andy Griffiths and Mark Fisher in 10th.
Mark Reinhardt, congratulations, European champion again. How do you feel?
Thanks. I feel pretty good. It was a hard race in the end, in the second final, but I broke my rear tire, I think, in the end. But I was also a little bit lucky that when I hit the dot, that Ronald hit the dot too. So, but I'm pretty happy.
And good to win it in your own backyard here in Germany.
Yeah, sure. That's always the best to win at home, and yeah, I'm pretty happy.
And any words for Andy Moore, your pit man?
Yeah, I think he was also pretty fast, but it's just bad luck. I think to start from fifth, it's not so easy to catch up to the front if they have almost the same speed. So, yeah, maybe next time again.
Well, Mark, thanks a lot.
Well, that's all for this month's RC Racing, but next month we've got even more action in a chock-a-block packed show, which has the final A-final from Germany and the big one, the A-final from the Neo 08, in all its piston-popping glory. See you next month. For race commentary, it's John Hindhoff's knees.